We're back. Yes, hello and welcome back to Formula Food. We're back for a second series, or so it seems, at least we're starting a second series. So fingers crossed we'll actually be able to get a second series out. We've learnt from the first series, we've learnt that the edge of the extractor hood is sharp and not to smash our head into it. We know how to make a pork pie. And hopefully series 2 is going to be bigger, it's going to be better, and it's starting just as the Formula 1 season starts, which this year isn't in June, July time, it's in March when it usually starts. And at the moment, today is Saturday the 13th of March, and Formula 1 testing is already on day 2 of testing. They're out in Bahrain, where the first race will be held as well, which is good, because that's what we're cooking for today. We're cooking again for the Bahrain Grand Prix. And again, for the Bahrain Grand Prix, we're cooking biryani, but with a difference. Last season, we didn't make a lot of vegetarian dishes. In fact, we didn't make any vegetarian dishes. So we're going to try and rectify that right off the bat. We're doing a vegetable biryani. We've got a few more vegetables to chuck into it, and we're going to put some potatoes in the bottom, because apparently one of the variants of making biryani is you sort of put a layer of sliced potatoes in the bottom. So that is what we are going to try. We're going to look at making a potato-based biryani for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Again, lots of B's, lots of alliteration. Let's get cooking. Okay, we have our vegetables prepped. They're in the pot. They are sizzling away nicely. We're just going to cook them down with a bit of butter. But crucially, we also want to start adding some flavour to our dish. Already off camera, you will have seen, or we'll put the clip in now, you'll have seen that I've made up some of the sort of saffron stock that we use, similar to what we used last time we did the biryani. Hot water, saffron, a stock cube in there. Obviously this is a vegetable biryani, no chicken stock, this time it's vegetable stock. So we've got a bit of flavour coming in from there. That'll be what we cook the potatoes and rice in when the dish is assembled in about 10 minutes time. But obviously we want to add some flavour to the vegetables, and we're going to do that pretty much as we did before. We're going to use a few of these cardamom pods. Again, they always smell absolutely fantastic, and as soon as you add them into a dish and they start toasting away, they just give that dish the perfect sort of smell of curry, effectively. We've got 2 chili peppers already cut into there. Going to add just a little pinch of crushed chilies as well, just to give it a bit more of a peppery taste. Not too much, as we're also going to add in a bit of garam masala. Various recipes say using curry paste or a sort of a curry powder or a garam masala, anything along those lines, just to add a bit more potency and a sort of nice range of spices and flavours. So a teaspoon of that goes in. One thing that I always love to add to my curries, and that gives a really nice taste and a really nice sort of peppery bite to it, is actually mustard seeds. And again, a teaspoon of these goes a long way, especially if you're making something like a really sort of creamy sort of chicken based curry. You can put those in, it just brings out a really nice sort of bright flavour. Again, nice bit of smoked flavour coming from some paprika. Then we're going to pop in a bit of coriander. This is one of the main sort of herbs that makes up this style of biryani, at least, and really adds, again, a very bright aromatic taste to the dish. Then once it's assembled, we'll do the usual trick of just plopping a bay leaf on top. So we've got our herbs and spices into the dish. I'll just give them a quick stir in. Immediately, as soon as you begin to stir those in, the smell that comes out is absolutely beautiful. That is a fantastic smell indeed. Now, I'm not going to add raisins like I did last time. I don't feel they added a great deal to the dish. If anything, they detracted from it, made it slightly too sweet. So we're going to leave the raisins out, make it a rather more savoury dish at this point. One thing we definitely want to do right here is sort of add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper to our dish. Just again, standard basic seasoning. Okay, so the next stage is going to be putting our meat into the pot. We're working with Quorn. Obviously you can choose other variants, there are other versions of it. We're working with just simply Quorn pieces. We're going to put them into our pot with the vegetables just so they can start to pick up some flavour. We'll make sure they're pretty much cooked through. And then it'll be the vegetables and Quorn out, the rice will go in, we'll toast the rice quickly, rice comes out, potatoes go into the bottom with a bit of butter, then it's the rice and vegetables go back in, mixed together with the stock and saffron on top. Got it? Just follow along. Okay, so at this point we have our rice in the pot at the back. That has been lightly toasted, just in a bit of butter. Every grain of rice in there is now glistening, looks brilliant. And in this pot here, we have a very hot lid, and we also have, use a different spoon, our vegetables and our Quorn, which have all cooked down. They smell wonderful. And that is all cooked. So what we're going to do is transfer that into the rice, mix those two together, then we'll have room in this pot to put the potatoes on the bottom layer with a bit of butter, just get them started off, then everything else goes back on top, stock goes in, and I think I'm repeating myself from a previous piece to camera, but I think you get the picture right now of what we're going to do. So maybe we'll cut to a time lapse again for this bit. We do like a good time lapse. Right, here we go.